It's supposed to be really hot today, and now it's raining. Not as hot yesterday. Yesterday was like 35 degrees. It's 27 today, but it's now just started raining before I started filming. I decided to make a video, just like a end of year reading vlog, and see how many books I can read before the end of the year. I have been struggling just a little bit with reading, and I don't think I'm in a reading slump. My brain has just been all over the place, and when I try to read, I just can't read. But also, I'm sorry you're gonna see a bit of the couch, but this has been the culprit since I got back from Bali. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have been going on my phone a lot, and it's become a bad habit, and I'm gonna try and break out of it for the end of the year, and I'm gonna see how many books that I can read. This year has been quite a good reading year, if I'm gonna be completely honest, compared to last year. Last year I read 12 books. This year I've read double that. The goal is to get to, I think, 24 or 25 books by the end of the year. I didn't expect myself to read too much, considering like I just got out of my reading slump this year, but it's not bad at all. I'm currently at 23 books, and I need to read 2 more before the end of the year, and I think I can get to that. I'm currently reading a book right now. I was just reading before, and then I had family come over. I have quite a lot of books I do want to get to before the end of the year, and they're all thick books. I don't know if I'm gonna get to them. I think next year is gonna be like a big rereading year, because I want to reread a lot of books and annotate a lot of books. I haven't done a lot of annotating. I don't think I've annotated anything this year. I think annotating might be a culprit as well, because I am a slow reader, and I feel like annotating makes me read 10 times slower, because you have to stop and you annotate and all this stuff. But I'm currently reading Ladies' Night. This is a book that I kind of bought recently, maybe like a couple months ago, but this book has just been on my mind. For some reason, I was wanting to read medieval sapphic book, and because it's on my shelf, I was like, I kind of just want to read that one. And I'm only 140 pages into this book. I haven't read much at all. I think my brain is just scrabbled all over the place, but 140 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it so far. The writing is kind of like a little bit quirky in a way. If you guys have watched My Lady Jane, I don't know if the book is the same, but like the structure of the show, how there's like a little narrator and then you have like our characters in that. This does have every now and then like a narrator going through and talking about some things, which I feel like sometimes for me is a bit of a hit or a miss. It kind of depends on the vibes of the book. I think it's fun for the book. What's happening so far is there's this tournament. It's a tournament for knights, and one of our FMCs, Lady Isabel, is essentially the prize. So whoever wins this tournament gets to marry Lady Isabel. And the other FMC, Gwen, she applied for the tournament. She's always wanted to be a knight, and she thought this would be her opportunity. Because Gwen is a woman, in those times you can't be a knight if you're a woman. But Lady Isabel figures her out immediately and makes a whole deal with Gwen so she doesn't have to marry one of the knights who wins the tournament. It is sapphic. It is romance. So you know where this is gonna go. We're gonna see how it goes. I am hoping I can get it done sometime next week, and we'll see what books I'm gonna pick from there. To give a little mini update on my book, and I was going to do it outside while I was reading, but then someone decided to bring the lawnmower out, and so I couldn't really read outside because it was very annoying, and I didn't want to put headphones on because my hair was still drying. But I am now 200 pages into this book. I'm around, I think it was 47%. So I'm 3% away until I'm halfway. I could be in a tiny bit of a reading slump, or maybe I'm just reading extremely slow, because I am enjoying this book and I am enjoying our 2 female main characters and the story and the romance. So much tension going on. But I I'm not reading as much as I thought that I'd be reading. It's like I really want to pick up my book and then I go to pick it up and then I'm just really slow reading and I'm like, oh my god. Like I mentioned before, I'm 200 pages into the book. This book is about, I think, 400 something pages. They're currently at this like dragon festival bonfire kind of thing. There's just like all these kind of like stolen glances. And then there was this big like dragon show with a knight who was played by a female. And so that really piqued Gwen's interest. She was like so captured by it. It's the fact that Isabel was like, I know that you would love this and you'd be inspired by it. She could have just been doing this whole thing and being like, hey, can you help me with this, all that kind of stuff, and that's it. But it's like she's really trying to inspire her and help her become a knight that Gwen wants to be, and I absolutely love that. And yeah, we're getting a lot of stolen glances and tension, little hand touches and all that kind of stuff. Very, very intrigued to see how this goes. I'm kind of hoping they get to the tournament soon, because I think the last tournament might have been at just 100 pages, a little bit before that, which is not a bad thing. And like Gwen's training with someone that Isabel has like hired her to train. I want to see some more tournaments. I want to see some more jousting. Last thing that I would say is there's a character in this book that is very, very suspicious of Gwen. I don't really know what her plan is. I think she might know that she's not who she says she is, because there was a scene at the start where Gwen and Isabel met and Isabel was with her friends at the market and they were all there when Isabel was interacting with Gwen. So questioning how they don't realize it's her, or maybe they just didn't care enough to actually get a good look of her like Isabel did. Again, I am enjoying it a lot. I do want to read quite a bit more tonight when I come home from work, so I'm hoping to do that, and then I have a day off work tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Raining and thundering outside, and so this is a perfect time to read. I tried to film this clip yesterday but kept getting interrupted, so I'm doing it now. And also I was in a lot of pain with cramps. I'm not going to be updating Ladies Night. I am over halfway into the book. I'm almost done with it. The trailer for Supergirl came out yesterday. Oh my god, I'm so excited for it. It looks amazing. The actress is absolutely amazing for it. I'm so excited that I decided to download the book on Kindle Unlimited. So I have downloaded the whole thing, comics 1 to 8. It's all together. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I'm kind of getting the gist of the story already, and I'm so excited. The writing is extremely tiny on here. I didn't realize it was going to be that small. I was going to get the physical copy of the comic. It's sold out everywhere. I looked on Booktopia and it wouldn't come until after Christmas. It was going to come around New Year's Eve. So I was like, I kind of want to read it now because I'm kind of in the mood to read it. I think I'm just going to lay in bed for a little bit and read some of it. I'm going to see if I can actually get it done today. Updated. I think it was Saturday. It's now Wednesday, and I finished the Supergirl comic last night. I did sit with it for a little bit after I finished. It was like 12 o'clock at night, and I'm just sitting there thinking, reflecting, and so I wrote some notes down, and unfortunately I don't think it's all good. I did enjoy it, I will say that. I think this is around maybe 3.5 to 4 stars. Unfortunately it wasn't a 5. At the start I thought it was going to be a 5 because I was really enjoying it. I don't want to go too in depth because I don't want to spoil anything, and I could honestly talk about this with spoilers for a long time. We are going to start with the positives for this first, and that is the art in this book was beautiful. I absolutely loved everything in it. It was so gorgeous. so colorful. I did love Supergirl as a character. I think she was funny. Her humor was great, even though she has gone through a lot of trauma. You don't see her as drunk, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I know a lot of people like, she has gone through a lot, especially because her planet was destroyed and she has trauma from that. So she's drinking her life away and going to different planets, which is shown at the start of the book, that she's been going to different planets that have like red suns because that can get her drunk. And then we have Ruthie as well. The whole story essentially is Ruthie's father dies at the hands of a man named Krem, and she wants to get revenge for her father, so she wants to hire someone to essentially kill him for her. She meets Supergirl and some things happened, and Supergirl reluctantly agrees to help. They go from like planet to planet and they see the destruction that Krem has left behind on each planet. He has like this whole thing that I think I do need to go back and reread and see. And then there's something else that happens. I'm not going to spoil, but it does also go into Krem doing something and Supergirl being like, you know, we need to find him because of this. There's like a little bit of layers going into it. Ruthie as a character, I didn't mind her as a character. At times I did need to remind myself that she is 14, so she can be just a little bit annoying. I still kind of liked her character. I will give you guys a disclaimer. I went into this assuming that it was going to be all in Supergirl / Kara Zor-El's POV. It's not. It is in Ruthie's POV the whole entire time. So that's one of my cons for this book, because I was expecting to go into this being like, I'm going to learn so much about Supergirl, especially her backstory and how that affected her and how that's gonna affect this whole like mission kind of thing. But because we're in Ruthie's POV, she's mainly talking about like how she thinks of Supergirl and like little things that she knows about Supergirl and the destruction of her planet, which is not a lot. And I really, really wish that we actually got to know Supergirl more than we already know her. It's an 8-issue miniseries. I definitely feel like it could have been more because this is very, very tiny, which also leads into the story kind of not flowing well. I understand the jumping from planet to planet. I obviously don't want to see them on every single planet and like having a whole chapter on that one planet. Like, it's not the whole thing, but it is like a little part of it because you are learning what happened on each planet, how the characters and the planet works, I guess, just like little bits of it, not too much. It was good to see the ones that got hurt the most, Supergirl coming in and helping and trying to like ease the pain just a little bit for them, because she knows what it's like to lose her people and see the destruction of a place that she loves. But it just felt like there are a lot of scenes, especially when you go into the next chapter or issue and boom, all this stuff is happening and you're meeting characters that were not introduced before and you kind of just have to go with it. And it lost me a little bit, but I still enjoyed it. I still had a good time with like each chapter, and I'm just like, ooh, like a new planet. Like, we get to see more of Supergirl and Ruthie. So I think that's all I really had to say. My battery unfortunately died and I can't connect the microphones to my phone because it's not the right adapter. That is all for that one. For Ladies' Night, I am almost done. I have about 100 pages or a little bit more to go. So I don't have work today. I'm hoping to finish this book and see how I go. I'm gonna take my time with it. I'm not gonna rush into it. So if I don't finish it today, I don't finish it today. I can finish it tomorrow or Friday, whenever. I do hope to get this done this week. So I'm gonna do that. I'm really, really enjoying it. We've had some really cute scenes. So I'm very, very excited to finish. But I'm gonna go charge my camera because she's dead. So I'm gonna go charge her. No. I used my phone as a bookmark because I had to close my book. I really don't care how I look right now, but the men in this book are insane. I'm not gonna spoil too much. I'm just gonna tell you what this guy said. This man literally goes, "This is the tournament of dragon slayers, and our prize is named for what the dragon really wants, what the dragon used to be given in time gone by." He found his foot, raised one hand to point directly at Isabel. "The dragon sacrifice." And that's supposed to be Isabel. "The beast must be ancient to be so large, ancient and far too dangerous to take head on, but we give it what it wants." Are you kidding me? This whole entire time he's been like, "When I win this tournament, we're gonna have a lot of babies. You'll be mine forever." As soon as a dragon shows up, let's give the dragon what it wants. You cannot rely on men for anything, because they will literally sacrifice you to a dragon. I had to literally close my book and stand up. I have less than 100 pages of this book, and I'm listening to, you can't even see it, but I'm listening to How to Train Your Dragon, like ambient music. I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like there might be another book, and if there is, I'm gonna write insert Man Child by Sabrina Carpenter. I hate men. I told you I was going to finish Ladies' Night, and I did. I started this book last month and I finally finished it. It took me over a month to read. I kind of already gave it a rating, but I slept on it and the rating is still the same. I'm giving this book a 4.75 stars. I think it was really good. The only reason it's not full 5 is because it did take me a really long time to read, so some parts I feel like I kind of forgot because of that duration, but I still really enjoyed the book. I am pleased to say though that there is not going to be any other books. It was an ending that you know doesn't need another book, so I'm very happy about that. I really loved our two main characters, Gwen and Isabel. I thought they were absolutely amazing. They both have their own personalities and it really complements each other. This book really screams man-child when it comes to the men in this book. They are all absolutely useless and have the brain the size of a rice grain, and the women in this book just rule. They all are in power and they're all badasses and they did everything that a man can do but better. I really enjoyed that in this book. The writing is pretty good. It's not amazing, but for the style of this book, it definitely does complement it. Story-wise, I think was really good. I think it flowed really nicely. We did see things here and there that kind of added to the story, which I absolutely loved. I did really love Gwen's horse, Achilles. I thought he was very cute. I thought that he was very smart for a horse, and I loved that. I think today I might give myself a break from reading because I don't want to directly jump into another book. So I'm not going to read much today, but I do want to pick a physical book to read. I'm going to spin a wheel because I actually have no idea what I want to read. I have a few books in mind. Are we ready? I'm kind of scared. What is it? Let's just try again. We're gonna see. Well, I think I want to read The Pride of the Orange Tree. I will save that for a reading vlog because I do want to do that. I want to do it for all the books. And that's not an excuse to not read it right now. Yeah, it kind of is, like me avoiding it. I am going to try and read this. So this is the next book. All I know from this is that the main character has an aneurysm on Halloween, I think it was, and apparently someone is trying to kill her. I'm gonna go and start this book and then I'll come back for updates. I just finished the first chapter of this book. I read the first page yesterday, even though I wasn't going to read anything. We've been introduced to our main character, Jet. We essentially just got right into it and we got introduced to about 10 characters in the first chapter, which is about 20 pages. I don't really know what to think of Jet yet. Gonna have to read more. I don't know if I'm really in a thriller mood. I'm gonna continue reading. I feel like I just have to be like really in a thriller mood to read, but it's Holly Jackson. I'm always in the mood to read a Holly Jackson book, so we're gonna have to see how we go with this one. I may have also started another book, which I shouldn't have. I should really be only focusing on just one book, and I've been trying to do that. I've been really well at doing that. I've really been in the mood to read this book. I picked up like a Power Play, which is the queer ice hockey romance book. I just want to read more queer romances, okay? So I picked this one up because it's ice hockey romance and I'm sick of the straight romances. I'm gonna finish the chapter in like a Power Play and we're gonna see how we go. I'm gonna try and be very quiet because people in my house are sleeping. It is Christmas Eve and it doesn't feel like it at all. We opened presents today because my mum has work tomorrow. I want to show you guys what I got. I'm just gonna do like a quick run through of all the things that I got, or most of the things. First thing is this. I love it. So we have Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez and the Red Bull car. And then I got a McLaren car from last year's Grand Prix. These are two of the teams that I go for. I don't have one team that I specifically go for. And then I also have another Max Verstappen. My mom didn't realize that. She got another one, but I still love it. Then I got these little bookmarks. So every month for 2026, there's a different bookmark in there, which is pretty cool. I got this thing called a juju, which is supposed to be like a version of like a thing that's kind of like Labubu's, but there was an Australian who made her own twist on it, and I think these are really cute. And then I got two books. So I got the one that's spray painted, and then I got the Raven Scholar, which is right next to it, which I'm very happy about because I did ask for those. And then I got the Olivia Dean vinyl, The Art of Loving. The last thing that I got was a Ghostface Funko Pop key charm, and it's so cute. So I have it hanging on my car keys and I love it so much. I have been reading this book. I'm gonna be completely honest, I feel like this book is my version of Heated Rivalry, just without all the spicy scenes. There's been one and I actually read it and it was good, but I have been enjoying the book so much that I bought the physical book. I am almost done with the book. I am going to go through and annotate some things. I haven't done annotating in such a long time. I don't really know like what to say except that I'm really enjoying it. The only thing is I do wish we got more hockey games. I feel like we're gonna see one coming up like very soon, but we've only had one hockey game and I want to see a little bit more. But I do love the dynamic between Darcy and Peyton. I think they work well together, even though they love to say that they hate each other and make all these kind of jokes. Peyton is trying to understand Darcy and her situation and how RA is affecting Darcy in her day-to-day life as well as when she was doing hockey. And I love that she's putting in the time to do her research to make Darcy feel comfortable, just, you know, be there for her, because there have just been people in Darcy's life that have not been there for her and didn't really try to understand her situation. I have noticed a few mistakes in this book, so I think the author needs to go back and have a look through the book, because there are some where it's like, it shouldn't really bother me, but sometimes it just takes me out of the story, because I do notice a lot of those kind of things, like mistakes on like grammar, punctuation, like the sentencing and spelling and all that kind of stuff. So it does bring me out of the story just for like a second, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right. But anyways, I love the side characters in this book. I really hope that we get more. There are two characters that I'm kind of shipping a little bit together. I'm hoping that they get their own book. about approximately, I want to say maybe 8 minutes, if I want to be a bit specific, since I finished this book. I think that this was the best romance book that I have read this year. I'm not kidding. I loved this book so much. I don't want to go too in depth with a review. I need more specifically for this like universe, Green Rock University, Icebound. I need more of it. I did rate this a 4.75 stars, and it's not a full 5, mainly because there were just some scenes that I felt like kind of got swept under the rug just a little bit, and I would have loved to have seen a little bit more of some scenes. Or like something later on, I guess. Peyton is the definition of a simp, and she's just a character that listens to every single person that talks to her and remembers everything, because it wasn't just the small things that she did for Darcy, it was also for her teammates, and oh my god, I loved it. She's also very, very funny. I'm not gonna lie, there are some things in this book that people would be like, what the hell? I was laughing out loud. I found it so ridiculous but so funny, and I loved it, and it just literally, it's like her character. I also really loved Darcy's character, and I loved seeing how much she came out of her shell and opened up to people after everything that she had gone through, and it made me want to cry. There are 2 specific characters that I want to see end up together. I don't know if it will. I am hoping I can send an email to the author and be like, please make this happen. I also really love the mental illness representation in this book. It was so well done. I actually learned quite a lot while reading this book, and there are just so many things that I really, really appreciated, especially with representation, and so I applaud the author. I feel like as well, we didn't get a lot of like ice hockey games. We got a lot of like training and like drills and all that kind of stuff, but it wasn't a lot of games. We really skipped over one important game that I would have loved to have seen, but it was skipped over, and I was like, why are we like hyping this game up so much, and then we skip over it and we're like, okay, on to, you know, this game. And I'm like, I loved the dog Mr. Bubbles. I found him so cute, and he's literally just like the ice hockey team's mascot, and I love it. And he's got like a little bib, which I think is really cute. You know, you put an animal in a book and I love it. I did mention before about like spelling, grammar kind of mistakes. There were a few where words weren't in it. And so it was like a little bit of a space between sentences where the words were supposed to be. And I know that she can improve. I still will read her books no matter what. And I will get past that, because it wasn't like throughout the whole entire book, so that's just like a little something. Didn't bother me too much, and I still love the book either way. But yes, I definitely will be reading more from this author, and again, I hope she makes more for this series. I'm going to take a break from reading tonight. I'm going to do a bit of editing because I have a video that I need to edit and get up sometime this week. I am going to try and read Not Quite Dead Yet and see how far I can get into it. I don't think I'm going to finish it by the end of the year, because we have 4 days left of the year. There's no way I'm going to finish this in 4 days. We are officially at the end of this video. It is the 1st of January, which is absolutely crazy to say it is now 2026. And I just finished the finale of Stranger Things like an hour and a half ago. I did cry. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't my favorite season, but I still enjoyed it no matter what anyone says about the season. Anyways, I have not done much reading at all. Yesterday for New Year's Eve, all I did was edit my YouTube video that is now uploaded, because I really wanted to get it done before 2026. So I did a lot of editing then, and I just kind of sat on my phone. I felt like I just needed to take a little bit of time off reading, because I've been reading a lot you know, you always gotta give yourself a break. You don't need to read every single day. I am gonna continue reading this at some point. I might try and read a chapter or two tonight and see how we go. In December, I read 3 books. I was about to say 2, but then I completely forgot that I read Supergirl. We're just gonna do a recap of the books that I read and what I rated them. I first read Ladies' Night and I rated this a 4.75 stars. And then I decided to read Supergirl and I rated this a 3.5. I really enjoyed it. I just felt like it was very, very short. And then I read Like a Power Play. I am keeping this at a 4.75 stars. I just absolutely loved it and will recommend this book to anyone that is kind of having a heated rivalry hangover and needs some Walla books. But also at the same time, if anyone just asks for like a queer book, I will recommend this one. And then I started Not Quite Dead Yet and then did a soft DNF on that. So obviously I can't say anything on that. And then I've now started Legendborn. I'm so excited to reread this book and actually see how much I can remember. My reading goal for 2026 is 20 books. Again, I'm not trying to strive for anything too big. That is it for this reading vlog. I don't really know how it went because I haven't really edited much, but I hope you guys did enjoy it. I'm very excited to do more reading vlogs and content for 2026. I hope it'll be really, really good and exciting and fun. I can't wait to see all the books that I read for this year. I have a lot of hopefully good books lined up for this year, so fingers crossed. I'm gonna go and watch Harley Quinn and try and read some more of this book. You guys go pick up your books too, because I know you've been on your phone scrolling on TikTok. Go pick up your book, or else I'm gonna be haunting your dreams. Go read. I'll see you guys hopefully in the next video. Bye!